Yo, and we are live. Yo, this is Set with Saying Comedian, man. We are back with another one, last one of the night, and we got a banger for you because we are about to explain the $150 billion human trafficking industry. And y'all know what you're thinking, like, oh, yeah. We about to get into the real evildoers. Let's go.
The topic of human trafficking is very disturbing, especially the more research you do, the stories you read, it's even more uncomfortable to talk about. But we have to talk about it because it's happening right in front of us. I'm going to give you some stats here for you to be thinking about. Every 30 seconds, a child is trafficked. 40 million victims worldwide.
40 million? Hold on. So we got 40 million people that's just being trafficked around, moved around, and forced to have sexual relations with unknown people. It's a crazy thought right now. That's a crazy thought.
1 in 7 runaways are trafficked.
Parents, make sure your kid don't run away. Okay, now, and at least we know. I'm telling you. Mm-hmm. That's it. That's just it.
99% of victims are women and girls. Human trafficking.
Yeah. Damn. It's only. Well, I'm gonna be real with you. Men don't go for much on the black market. We don't. I'm gonna be real with you. It's all like if you really do go on the dark web. Yeah, it's only women that are being sold. 99% though.
99%.
Bruh, that's overwhelmingly okay. Yeah, it's no wonder it's the top thing for women. That's top thing for me too because like, goddamn, you can't be out here stealing women. It's like, bro, what? Yep, like I said, well. This is the type of shit that didn't hand out like death sentences for.
Trafficking profits $150 billion industry. 75% of trafficking victims are used for sex. 1 in 4 trafficking victims are children. Sex trafficking, 80% of victims are never rescued. 30% increase in sex trafficking cases.
Hold on. How we know all this and we ain't rescuing niggas? 80%? So what do you mean we didn't rescue? So we what? You tell me out of 10 niggas we rescued, we pulled up in there, they just dead or something? Like, can you explain that to me?
Man.
Since COVID-19. And like I said earlier, this is not a comfortable topic to be discussing. However, if we don't talk about it, because it's too uncomfortable.
Oh God, hey, here saying comedian, we get to all the uncomfortable topics. So buckle up, we in for it.
Well, how are we going to be educated? Lack of knowledge leads to fear. Fear leads to danger. Danger leads to destruction. We don't want to get to that point. Our goal is to get educated. We're going to do that in today's episode. If you have value out of this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And I'm telling you in advance, I'm going to read you some stories to disturb you. However, if you can't handle stories like this, don't watch this video. But I'm telling you in advance, these stories are disturbing and
yeah, so I'll tell you right now, this is going to get wild, okay? Look, I got a pretty dark sense of humor. I'll try to add whatever comical relief I can, but there will be very little because I hate that this is going on. I low-key wish I can get my hands on the guys who are doing this, and trust me, it would be very, very, very gruesome what I do to them.
True. Ready? You have a choice. I'll give you a second. If you want to get off this video, go. But I'm about to tell you some of these stories. Let's go into the first disturbing story about what's going on here. Liz Williamson's mom trafficked her at just 6 years old. Mom trafficked daughter.
Wild.
Liz was sold to men and recorded for child pornography.
You what? Okay, so I guess we got beat bitches' asses too. What you mean? I'm gonna have to. God damn. What? Yo, mom. All right, let's keep it going, guys. Yeah, okay.
She escaped as a young adult thanks to the kindness of a bus driver. A bus driver saved Liz from her own mom. That's one. Let me give you the second one here. This is a story that was done by Fox. Human trafficking victim recounts horrors of life at the mercy of criminals. Carla Jacinto estimates she has been raped more than 40,000 times. How is it even possible to be 40,000 times? She was...
God damn, like, bro, what? She just lost count at a certain point. She just lost count at a certain point. It's probably, bro, she probably was to the point where it probably even got in her dreams at a certain point. So she don't even I promise you, I've heard a story before that you don't even know if you're getting raped in your dreams or if this is real life sometimes. That's how fucked up it gets. Grape. I'm sorry.
Was forced to have sex between 30 to 40 times a day from ages of 12 to 16 years old. She says, it was always apology after a beating, after the massacre on the floor, after making bruises on my body, after seeing me cry and suffer. They gave you a rose saying they loved you. They told me that I was born like a nobody and I was going to die like a nobody. That's what her abductors told her.
Bro. Pretty much to try to strip away all their self-value. So, hey, I need you to be an empty shell of yourself. I need you to damn near think this is okay. So, you know, bro, the dudes who do this, bro, the psychology game they're playing is a different type of sickness. I'm going to be real with you. It's different.
I did not want to be part of this statistic. In the years since escaping a hellish existence at the hands of traffickers, Jacinto's story has been well documented. She has traveled internationally, speaking to world leaders and even Pope Francis. In January, she joined a group of U.S. senators on a trip to the southern border to speak about the horrors she experienced. This is the second story. Let me read you the third one. Barbara Amaya ran away at the age of 12 after being abused by family members. She was taken in on the streets of Washington, D.C. by a couple who seemed nice, but ended up selling her into human trafficking. She was used for months and then sold to a man named Moses, who took her to New York and continued to traffic her for many years. Now,
goddamn, with a holy name like Moses, you doing that bullshit? Like,
Barbara fights for other victims of human trafficking and to change policies that treat victims as criminals. When you listen to these stories, isn't a part of your head where your mind says, there's no way these stories are true? That can't be happening. They're happening all over the place. And this is just 3. I have hundreds others to read you. I don't want to do that to you. I just want to tell you, these are some of the horrific experiences that these casualties had here. Thank God they're around, but imagine the rest of your life. You have to think about reliving these moments forever. How do you overcome something like that? With the help of God is probably the only way, but think about how hard that is. Now, let's kind of break it down on how this business model actually works. Methods used by traffickers. Common tactics. Number 1, false promises of employment or education.
Oh, yeah, I'm trying to make you a model. Oh, yeah, I want to take you out the country to Dubai, and you're going to get paid by the Saudis, and then you never meet a Saudi again. Man, okay. So now we hear some examples.
Traffickers often lure victims that promise of legitimate jobs, modeling contracts, or educational opportunities that turn out to be fraudulent. Number 2, romantic relationships. Traffickers from romantic relationships with their victims to gain their trust and manipulate them into sex work.
That makes sense. Hey, dude play to be your boyfriend for a couple months, and then you get them boys over, and it's a wrap for you. Man, you now in Siberia being sold off somewhere.
Number 3, abduction and kidnapping.
Liberia.
In some cases, traffickers abduct individuals outright and force them into sex trafficking. 4, debt bondage. Victims are forced to work to repay an insurmountable debt, often incurred through deception or coercion. 5, online recruitment. Traffickers use social media dating apps and other online platforms to identify and recruit potential victims. Dating apps. So those are some of the methods. Let me go a little bit deeper on how they control victims. Number 1, threats and intimidation. 2, isolation. You don't have anybody to talk to. 3, emotional manipulation, drug addiction, and dehumanization.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, dehumanization. Like, damn to make you feel like you're not even a human being. You're just a sex doll at a certain point. The drug addiction, allowed them to get addicted to crack, heroin, all the strong shit.
Yeah.
Constantly demeaning and devaluing the victim to break their spirit and sense of self-worth. Now, here's how they target potential victims. Number 1, economic hardship. You're going through financial difficulties. Good opportunity here. Number 2, runaway and homeless youth. Young people without stable homes are at high risk of being targeted by traffickers. Number 3, previous abuse. Those who have experienced prior abuse, neglect, or trauma are more susceptible to exploitation. Number 4, online presence. Number 5, immigrants and refugees. We've seen a lot of that at the southern border. These are signs of sex trafficking, by the way. Number 1, lack of control. Victims may not have control over their own identification documents, money, or personal schedule. Number 2, physical indicators. Signs of physical abuse, malnourishment, or poor hygiene can indicate trafficking. Number 3, behavioral signs. Victims may exhibit fear, anxiety, and depression or submissive behavior. They might avoid eye contact or seem unable to speak for themselves. Number 4, work and living conditions. Victims often live and work in the same place under poor conditions. They may work long hours with little to no pay. Number 5, inconsistencies in stories. Victims might provide inconsistent or scripted answers answers when asked about their situation. We can talk plenty of problems. We got that. I want to give you some solutions here. So check this out. I should ask myself, how come politicians, governors, presidents don't talk about go learn how money works? When's the last time a governor or president tell you, for the next 12 months, every American's going to read these next 20 books so we can all get better at money? When's the last time you saw that? When's the last time you saw education in school teaching us about how money works? Save this much money, pay this credit card, they'll be careful with this. When's the last time? Why don't we talk about finances and educate us on money, on how it works? Why don't we talk about reading books? Why don't we do that? And why don't we talk about human trafficking? I don't know if it's a negative reason that they don't do it or a positive reason. All I'm asking is, why don't we talk about those three things? And what should we do? Not talk about it? Watch this. The other part, I see this video with this girl that goes viral, and this girl starts off saying, you know, my body count is 500. I wonder what other people's body count is. And then this girl reacts to it in the most incredible way that can sum up pretty much today's entire episode. Watch this video with me. Look what she says.
So my body count is 500, and it got me thinking, what is the average person's? Like,
I'd be right up there with you, girl, except my dad kept saying this stupid phrase throughout my childhood. It was so redundant. What was it? Oh, I love you.
Pretty simple phrase, right? Did you feel it? Did you feel it? The girl, 500, God knows the relationship with her and her father. The other one is saying, my dad gave me love. I got the love at the house. I got what I needed at the house. I don't need to put myself in bad situations. A few other things I would tell you with this as well is sometimes parents don't want to talk openly about different issues. The other night we're having dinner. We're at this restaurant, and it's my oldest son, my youngest son, my daughter, everybody's there. And I said, so let me ask you, what are you going to do? I'm talking to the boys. If your sister dates a guy and you find out she got hit in the face by the guy, what are you going to do? And they start talking about it. Oh, I would do this. What if this? And what if that? And what if this? Hey, what are you going to do if somebody comes up to you and they try to do X, Y, Z to you? How are you going to have that conversation with them? And it's like,
Well, I'll tell you, somebody hit my sister. Or if somebody hit my woman. Oh God, just don't touch women. Look, don't touch women because one, you just shouldn't as a man. Two, you don't know what man is willing to protect that woman or is willing to crash out about that woman. Most women have a man that's willing to crash out behind them.
Yeah, that's facts.
Promise you.
What would you do? What would you do in their kind of process? And what would you do if this, and that, right? We're having open conversations with the kids in front of each other, and they're all trying to process issues. How often do we do that? Maybe not enough. Maybe we need to do more of it. So when they actually go into that situation, they're like, wait a minute, that one night at dinner, my mom, you, my dad, you, oh, no, I'm not doing this. I know what this is. I feel the three red, this is a red flag. I'm not doing this. I'm out. I think love, I think education, I think the lack of knowledge leading to fear, leading to danger, leading to destruction. We need to kind of be more knowledgeable about this stuff, and having a conversation with our kids can do a lot. And hopefully we get a couple people in office and other content creators. There are many of them out there, but not many in office who have the audacity to talk about these issues. They're happening. It's painful. It's tough. It needs more attention. One of the best things that gave this a lot of eyeballs the last couple of years was the movie Sound of Freedom. We need way more examples of movies.
Yeah, we do. We need way more examples of movies really showing us what's going on out here for real.
Movies like that, documentaries like that, to expose what's really going on. If you got value out of this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel.
And man, that was a nice little quick one for you on the quick side. We ain't want to get too much into it, but we do want to shed light on it because, I just don't like this is happening. It irritates my soul. I ain't gonna lie to you. Anytime, anywhere there's kids is getting hurt, women are getting hurt, it just irritates me. I don't know what it is. I'm just a protective type of guy. But let me know what your thoughts and comments on the video, man. Let me know if you have any experience with this, man. We love to hear anything. This is Saying Comedian, man. Make sure y'all have a good night. Make sure y'all stay safe out there. And we appreciate y'all support.